officially in Sydney. All right, I got it together and put together the first stop of our Australia and Indonesia travel vlog, which is Sydney. And we started off at the Queen Victoria building where they have like this marketplace with a whole bunch of shops and posh little food counters. And to begin with, we got a lentil salad and an edamame salad, and we saw the posh tea, got some loose leaf tea with little treats. And then we checked into our Airbnb that had lots of great positive posters around, including this one, "If you dream big enough, anything can come true." It was a 1-bedroom and it had a full kitchen and living room. And it also had a Murphy bed, which I had never seen a Murphy bed in person until this very moment. We were pretty tired when we got there. We had been in flight for 24 hours, and so we decided to kind of just stay, relax a bit, and then hit the road. All right, so we have made it to Sydney. We are tremendously exhausted, but what we thought would be interesting is if we would try some of the local things that we found at the corner store that's down the street from our Airbnb that we are renting. We have a variety of savory treats that we're gonna try. We have what's just called light and tangy, whatever that is.
I'm gonna think it's gonna taste like vinegar.
Now 100% Australian owned.
Oh!
Kind of smells like ketchup.
Yes, it does.
It is kind of zippy. I don't know what the zippiness is though.
I don't know either. What is that?
Like a tangy ketchup. It's just chicken.
Straight up chicken.
It does smell like roasted chicken, huh?
No, come on now. Let me see.
It's like, take a smell of regular air and then take a smell of this.
It does.
Doesn't it smell like rotisserie chicken in here? I'm not getting not even like an ending note of chicken. Which is so disappointing because it smells like a bag of rotisserie chicken meat.
You can't taste the greasiness of the chicken. I want it to be there so badly. All right, Vegemite.
Yeah, so you cannot come to Australia and not try Vegemite. If you are not familiar with Vegemite, it is some kind of yeast. It's concentrated yeast extract. People here, I guess, live for this stuff.
It's gonna be Australian caviar without the eggs.
Just go ahead. Nope. 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 So the key to fighting jet lag when you do a long haul flight like this is that you must stay awake until nighttime local. So we hopped on a double-decker tour bus and rode around New South Wales and just saw some of the iconic fixtures and buildings like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, as well as the Opera House, which I'll go into a bit more detail about later. And we spoke to a local who told us about the night noodle markets in Hyde Park. And it's pretty much like an Asian marketplace with a lot of different restaurants that pop up, entertainers, great food. And yeah, we just kind of strolled around the park. Chichi got some chicken satay, and there was a cool dragon performer that was about as well. After a much needed night of rest, we got up the next morning and went to breakfast at a restaurant called the garden and got some more loose leaf tea and some great eggs and toast, and headed out to a beautiful garden called the Chinese Garden of Friendship. And the Chinese Garden of Friendship was built to commemorate Sydney's relationship with China because their sister city is there, which is Guangzhou. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too badly. All of the buildings and artwork and garden are built to be reminiscent of the Ming Dynasty in China. It was just really serene, chill. There was a huge koi pond there, and while we were there, the person that cares for the fish was feeding them. And so I asked, please, can I feed the fish too? Because I'm just a big kid. And he let me feed the fish, which is pretty fun. Next stop was to go back and see the Harbor Bridge and Opera House in detail. It was a kind of a cold, crummy day, but we still got our touristy pics in, stopped to get some hot chocolate, and then headed to the Opera House. If you are a fan of architecture, this is a tour that you definitely want to take. The Opera House is absolutely stunning inside. This is just one of the many performance halls there, and this is entirely acoustic. There is no electric audio in this space, and it's really interesting. They raise and lower those glass globes to allow the sound to bounce in a certain way. Sometimes they'll drape black cloth in there to absorb the sound, and it's just beautiful to see in person. We wanted to check out some beaches. The weather didn't really cooperate, so we hopped on a ferry, and for a $5 ride, we were able to see something that people usually charge $75 for, a whale watching tour. They swam inland and we just happened to catch them. Yep, got it. Yeah. There it is. Whale biscuits. He's just hanging out. There he is. You can hear him breathing. For dinner, we went to Harajuku Gyoza to get some ramen, gyoza, and some sake bombs.
Excited.
And our next stop is to enjoy some nature in the Blue Mountains.